My brothers, welcome back. We're going to be continuing on with our tracker series today. And this knife is by Warivo, and it is the Warivo Tracker knife. And it is only $39 on Amazon. And for a tracker knife, and your budget's about 40 bucks, I'm thinking about it's about as good as you can get, man. And one of the reasons why, and so many people that, you watch the movie The Hunted, you decide, hey, I want a tracker knife. You order a cheap knife off of Amazon, and you don't have any experience with tracker knives, so you're not really sure what you're looking for. Well, you end up missing one of the most important features of the tracker knife, and that is this gut hook right here. This right here, you need this, because when you stick this into an animal, and you stick it in its skin, and you slit it open, you want this to get into there, to that belly liner, and gut that thing, man. And you need that right there. There is a special way of sharpening this. You can actually use for you guys who have been to Home Depot or familiar with carpenter pencils, those kind of rectangular pencils, you can wrap it in some foam, some of that packing foam, and then glue some sandpaper, and you can sharpen that corner right there. It's a really great tool to do that, so you don't. And you always want to electrical tape this little corner up here. You don't ever want to lose that corner. But back to the knife and its abilities. One difference in this tracker knife that I've noticed in a lot of my other ones is it does have a relatively straight back, all right? I don't really know if there's necessarily a benefit to that. It's taken a little bit for me to get used to, because for the past 2 years, I've been using a different tracker knife that has kind of a curve to it, but it's not really bad, okay? I don't think there's anything bad about it at all. It's just different. It does have a micarta handle. It is a little slick. I think you guys are gonna need to put some grip tape on there. And even if you're wearing gloves, obviously it's gonna be even more slippery, but still a really, really great knife. And I'm gonna show you some kind of stuff that, a little bit of stuff that you guys can do with this tracker knife, okay? Thank you. The sheath is simple but effective. One of the things that I like about it is not only does it allow for a scout carry, it would be a left-handed scout carry, or if you're a right-handed, it'd be a right-handed scout carry like this. So the knife would be upside down. I've had those before, it's not a big deal. But one thing I do like about the sheath is that it does have the vertical option, and I really like that. I'm not a big fan of the scout carry, especially if you're wanting to everyday carry this thing, because it's just really awkward when you go to sit down up against a chair. If you turn a lot, it tends to get caught around things. And I mean, really just the vertical carry really is the way to go with these tracker knives, I think. Using this hook here, you can get quite a nice little stash going, So for those of you who don't know, the tracker knife was invented as a multi-tool option. It's kind of like the Leatherman of blades in a way, in the sense that it does replace a knife with this this hollow section of the blade here is designed for your fine whittle work. Bismarck, give me a break here, brother. I need my stick right now. And then this is kind of your axe head right here, this section of the blade. This is your chopping portion. So as you can see, as I process the wood, it is meant to replace an axe. If you don't want to carry an axe and a saw and a pocket knife, right? Now, the more seasoned the wood, of course, the more you're gonna suffer on a smaller blade, right? But you can make it work, as I'm doing here. I'm almost all the way through it. Now, usually when you're batoning with your tracker knife, you want to baton with this little section right here, but I chose, for no other reason than I already had a kind of a split going in this log, to just put the bigger, fatter part in there, okay? All of these, of course, will baton. It's really a YouTube sensation to baton with knives, but you know what? They'll do it, and they'll do it pretty effectively, too. So, let's see here. Watch out, Bismarckles. I don't want to hurt you, big guy. I like kind of doing this cousin test method, you know. That way you know your knife will hold up if you lend it to a friend. And there you go. Obviously, it's going to split the wood. Oh, look at that. That one had ants in it. They're all frozen solid, though. All the ants are frozen. So, obviously, that is abuse, right? You don't really want to do that, but you can do that. And sometimes you need to do that. And look, the handle's not loose. That's why I do these kinds of tests. I want to see right here in my backyard, before I go on a 3-day adventure with a knife, I want to prove it and make sure it can do some stuff if I need it to do it before I take it out, because I've never had a situation where a handle broke and all I had was a blade, but I would imagine that that would suck. So that should be enough of a quality test to ensure that you're getting the tough enough blade. And that's really nice, because one thing with these little skinny pins, I always worry about that.